My name is Caroline, and today I'm joined by my friend and coworker, Candace. We both work for comprehensive therapy consultants, and today we're going to be answering some common questions we get about who we are and what we do. So Candace, can you tell me just a little bit about, before we get started into questions, can you talk to me about what your role is in comprehensive therapy consultants?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Candace Bidelson. I am the Director of Programs and Talent for Comprehensive Therapy Consultants. I wear a lot of hats within the company. I work very closely with our owner and CEO, as well as Caroline, who will get into it herself, but she does a lot of our social media and marketing. Myself, I do a lot of the recruiting and the hiring and the managing and the contact liaison between the different school districts that we work with. So I do wear a lot of hats, but I really enjoy all aspects of CTC.
Awesome. And Candace, it's important to tell everyone also that you are not just a recruiter, but you are a speech pathologist as well, right?
Correct. So I have been a licensed practicing speech language pathologist for, oh my gosh, almost 12 years now. Just a little background, I started my career at an outpatient hospital here in Broward County, Florida, where I live. And then once I had my kids, I transitioned over to the school system and absolutely fell in love with it. And I was a speech pathologist in the public schools. And now I am here with CTC.
Awesome. And like she said, I am Caroline. I'm the marketing director for comprehensive therapy consultants. So I do a lot of the online marketing, and I do show up from time to time at our ASHA conferences and things like that too. So getting right into some of these questions, tell us a little bit about what we do and how we help other people find places within the school network for therapy.
Absolutely. So Comprehensive Therapy Consultants works with different school districts. We primarily focus within that school-based arena. We service different school systems and districts throughout Georgia, Florida, Maryland, Tennessee, Arizona, South Carolina, and we are growing and expanding. I don't like to say that we're your typical staffing agency or contract company. Although that's what we do, we are a little bit different in the sense where we try to form a very close-knit group of therapists, where we are a smaller company looking to expand, like most companies, for growth of our therapists, growth of the students that we are looking to help and to serve. But we definitely have that personal touch. We definitely like to keep things on a personal level as much as we can, with our therapists being spread out all over the country, really. So I think that's, us in a nutshell, without going into too much.
Yeah, exactly. So the difference in comprehensive therapy consultants compared to, let's say, other bigger companies, that kind of thing, what would you say is the difference between who we are and other kind of conglomerate companies?
Sure. So I would say the biggest difference is we're not recruiters. I am your recruiter. I'm the one that is making the calls, sending the email, therapist to therapist. So although I do have that hat as the director of the company and I manage our current therapists, I'm the one as a therapist communicating to our potential therapists. I've worked in the school system before. I've worked with not just speech, but OTs and PTs for my entire career, as well as special education teachers. So although it's not my scope for each discipline, I do have knowledge of all disciplines. And I'm talking to you as a therapist. As much as I want you to come work for us, we don't have these quotas. We don't work trying to hit certain numbers. We strive for our personal goals as a company and goals to help our staff and goals to make everyone successful. So I think that's how we differ a little bit. I like to talk about those personal stories of where are you in your life that's bringing you into the school system. Did you come from another, just, another type of facility? Are you a new grad? There's so many different aspects within the field of therapy and special education that I really like to connect with our staff even prior to hiring you. And it's just a lot of personal touch. And that extends to our whole company. Our owner and CEO, Nishalta Wilburn, also knows many of our therapists personally, even though she's in Atlanta and our therapists are all over, as well as Caroline and Daphne, our HR manager.
Absolutely. So I really like that point that you made about CTC being more therapist run instead of just a company that hires recruiters to find people to place into school systems. We are therapist run and therapist managed. So that's a huge difference between our company and other companies. I think that makes us stand out. So another question is, what kind of professionals are we seeking right now?
Sure.
Can you kind of talk on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of briefly just mentioned it. So primarily we staff occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech language pathologists. I would say that's the majority of our staff, but we also, depending on the needs of the school districts we work with, we have deaf and hard of hearing teachers, ESC specialists, and school nurses sometimes. So it really varies, but primarily right now there's a really big need for speech language pathologists across Georgia and Florida. So while the other positions come up often, that's right now, currently February 2020, that's what we're seeking right now.
Oh, 2021 now.
Oh my goodness. You know what? It's like a big blur. This whole year is just continuing. Unfortunately, I hope everyone's being safe and staying healthy, with that being said.
Yeah, absolutely. So like she said, Georgia and Florida right now, if you're a therapist or another school specialist seeking a job in Georgia or Florida right now, we definitely have some positions open. So definitely take a look at those.
Yes.
Candace, can you talk a little bit about the kind of perks that we offer comprehensive therapy consultants?
Sure. So from a therapeutic standpoint, we have a really great mentorship program, and we have just a great staff. So being an SLP myself, I do mentorship calls with our staff. We try to do them monthly as much as possible. It's completely voluntary, nothing that we hold anyone to, but it's a great way to get a multidisciplinary approach to different topics working in the school systems. So we'll talk about developing IEP goals, managing tough parents, working with the other professionals in the schools. We do case study reviews. It's just a really great way to not only get another speech pathologist point of view, but maybe an OT or a PT has a really great suggestion for you. And a lot of times when you're at a school, sometimes you're the only therapist. So you want different resources that aren't necessarily right there for you. And we definitely try to build a community within comprehensive therapy consultants, having, this therapists that work for us in the same counties connect, via email or phone, reaching out to me if you just have a tough kiddo that you need a suggestion for, or a tough teacher that you're working with. That's another perk of just having, like Caroline said, a therapist run company, is that we are there not just as your managers, as your employer, but also as a therapist to help you out and not feel alone when you are alone at these schools.
That's so true. My husband is actually a speech pathologist in the school system in Georgia, and he also works for comprehensive therapy consultants. And that's like one of the things that really drew him to this company, is that we have staff that are therapists that mentor him, like you, Candace, that can talk to him about situations that he might be going through at school. I know he's probably called you a couple of times to talk through things, and that's been super helpful. So that's just something that is a part of our company that normally you wouldn't get if you were direct with a school system, as someone to really kind of mentor you through those things.
Absolutely. And we also, have done in the past, which got a little put on hold with COVID, but we are planning and developing some more continuing education courses. One of my passions for my whole career was doing continuing education um, courses and course development. So I'm down here, like I said, in Broward County, Florida, just outside of Fort Lauderdale. And we also have staff of ours in the Atlanta area who put on continuing education courses, not just for our staff, but for the community for CEU credit. And that's another, perk that we offer to our staff for free continuing education courses. So that is definitely something more in development that I'm working on, not just in person down here in South Florida, but also a possible virtual course. And we also encourage our staff, if they like to do course development, we encourage them and I help them and work through that as well to be presenters and course developers, which is another great aspect.
Yeah, it really is. There are not a lot of chances out there to do that if you're just working direct for the school system either. So that's a really cool feature that we offer.
Yeah.
If you are interested in applying for a position at Comprehensive Therapy Consultants, all you have to do is go on our website. It's www.comprehensivtherapyconsultants.com. All you would need to do is go up to the top menu and hit search open positions, and then you should see a list of our open positions within all of the states that we have listed. So super simple. If you have any questions regarding CTC or how you can get in contact with us, anything like that, you can visit our website or you can email us directly at info@comprehensivtherapyconsultants.com. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will hopefully hear from you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.